I am it's like what time is it? It is like 1:30 something in the morning, and I'm sitting out. I have this area that I call the balcony of peace, and it is peaceful. I'm here being peaceful. Nobody's out. Everything is really quiet. So I decided to come out here and reflect, and I don't even know if I'm doing much thinking. I'm just like being in my peace. So this week was it was a lot. Oh my God, people! I have a hard time when people of color defend people who are not supportive of people of color. I really get pissed when it's black folks in America, and especially black folks who have ancestors that were enslaved in America. I'm just like, how do you defend a person who does not care about you? How do you do that? But my God, and please know this is not everybody, but some of my Latino folks, some of y'all, not all of y'all, but some of y'all listen. Well, I don't even want to say it like this because, first of all, it's a shame how lazy we are in America that we just lump everybody together and say they're all Latino. They're from different places, and each place has a different set of cultures. You know, Mexicans are different than El Salvadorians, and Salvadorians are different than Guatemalans. You know, and we just go, oh, they're all Latino, they're all Latino, and it just convolutes a lot of shit, which is done on purpose, I'm sure. So I just want to say that up front so that I'm not being unfair because I know that it is not everybody. But there's some people who think that they have some kind of pass because they have been accepted in quotations in this regime of eliteness. It's a shame that we ooh, as the sirens come in, that's perfect timing. It's a shame that we say like we because it's done by color and race, which is all made up, right? And I've talked about white supremacy ideology, not just the skin color, but the ideology, and this kind of now aura that has come where like whiteness is better. There's been now statistical studies about like blacks in America and what people say about blacks in America. Blacks who are descendants, blacks who have ancestry here, blacks who share that experience of slavery in their family here, those types of blacks, the way we are talked about, the way that we are perceived in the world, including in Africa. This is like now documented. This is not like something I'm just making up off the top of my head. Like people don't really get our experience. People don't get the natives' experience here. The natives know firsthand about white supremacy ideology, firsthand, which is why I believe a lot of the natives keep to themselves. The natives understand this land called America more than anyone else. The natives respect this land that we call America more than anyone else. They understand the essence and that this place is a living, breathing thing. It is not just some place we live on. This entity called Earth is a living, breathing thing, and they have respect for life. That's in their culture. And they also have a very spiritual context in what they connect to. For real, for real. I believe that, I just do. There are things that you can't always explain with words, and our natives here completely are in touch with that. And it's unfortunate that we don't listen. Now, you know, when we talk about our experience being enslaved in this country and how that has developed over the years, people don't listen. It's wild because when something happens in our community, it's only a matter of time when it comes to your community. It really is real. It's some real stuff, man. And then people don't think like outside the box. Just think when certain things don't line up or don't make sense, or they're just like too easy. Too easy. Excuse me. When something happens and then the explanations come and they're fast. No investigation, no nothing. There's been so many horrific things that have happened in this country and there's no explanation. It's just like, no, that's not true. There is an explanation. The explanation comes fast with no investigation. Oh, it was this, it was this, it was this, it was this. Now, I love the radical left thing. There's not a group called the radical left. I mean, there are people who are radical people on both sides. Majority of the time in documentation now, this is just statistically, majority of the time it shows up on one side more than the other in terms of statistics and actual crimes that have been committed. Now that's also factual. I'm not just saying that. But I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist on the other side because that's human nature. That's stupid. Um, but they talk about it like there is like a actual radical group of of leftists that are out there that get together and go, let's commit crimes. Like we went and did a GoFundMe account to go, commit this crime from last week. It's just like, it just, people just don't think. And I just hate seeing minorities going hard for this person who just decimated people of color constantly with his rhetoric and then using God as a backdrop. It's like almost like if you put God in front of something, then it gives people permission to be a particular way because it's of God, so it's fine. It just there's a person in my life. He played football. I was in theater when we were in high school, and we weren't never at odds with each other. We weren't. I mean, we weren't friends. I mean, we were cool. We were friendly to each other. We weren't friends. We were cool. Never at odds with each other, or anything like that. But I'm a theater kid, and flame is on. It was, and he's with the jocks and stuff like that. And I don't even remember on social media what happened, how it happened. I don't remember that. I know we periodically maybe talk back and forth social media. So we meet and we're talking about God, our understanding of God, spirituality. We had a deep ass conversation, man. I mean, it was just like riveting. And then in the moment, like this is like we've been there for about an hour or so, just sitting talking, had lunch or whatever. He tells me he's a pastor. Now, I don't light up when people tell me they're a pastor because it doesn't, you know, the title of being a pastor doesn't mean anything to me. I would give you the respect just like I would if someone said they're a priest or non. It's inherent that I would give you respect, but I don't. I'm always like, well, who are you? Who are you behind the cloth is what matters to me, to be honest. And when he told me that he was, I lit up because there was no shock. He was being that way with me. He was being loving, kind, caring, understanding. He was not trying to convince me of anything. And we were sharing ideas back and forth. And that's when I was like, oh, when they say, and they'll know we're Christians by our love, that's what I mean, You see it time and time again. You see it with people in the street. Sometimes it could be somebody. Listen, a homeless man has blessed me with some words before. So um, I don't know what other people have seen. I I don't know what this individual may have said or how, but I know things that were said about our experience here, about particular people of color, women of color who achieve particular positions and how they got them, according to this individual. How people need to be there's some casualties that need to happen so we can protect the Second Amendment. I don't know where in the Bible that says that. Uh, I mean, and the Bible is reinterpreted so many different ways that you're just like it's a headache. So okay, not knocking it, just saying okay. So I don't know. I just this person said there need to be casualties, and he is one of the casualties, and that is not like that's how God works. And I said this to someone. I was like, one of the things in the Lord's Prayer is thy will be done. And sometimes we don't like thy will. We don't. I don't know sometimes what the reasoning is, why people die horrific. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But this is thy will be done. So sometimes you have to ask God to help you to deal with that. So I'm saying all these religious folks are saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." Like, why? If God wanted it to be stopped, He would have stopped it. If God wanted that not to happen, it wouldn't have happened. There's a reason. Certainly, it's not to go and make a martyr out of somebody because you like them. it's not. It's not. It's just like so weird. You know what? It's weird. You know what? Listen, I'm sure she was had all kind of aspects as a human being. Light and dark. We all have light and dark. But Mother Teresa, you never have a question when people mention Mother Teresa. People use Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa demonstrated her life in a particular way, and died that way, and that's why she has the reverence that she has. This person did not. He did that for particular people, and then I love the token people of color that he would pull to the front and use to validate that he's not a particular way. But it was like, listen, they were on the plantation. There were certain slaves that were treated a little bit better than others. It's a true thing. There were people that were good to their slaves, but nonetheless, they still were very clear that this is a slave and I am this person, but I'm good to my slaves. I'm good to my people. Oh, you've made it. Oh, that's great. Oh, you pulled yourself up. That's great. But they're not hanging out, having tea, having campouts, come to the house with no cameras for a cookout. It's not that. But the cameras are on. Yeah, let me oh yeah, that's where's my buddy? You can smell the inauthenticity in some of the clips that I saw. I even saw a debate and I was just like, it wasn't much of a debate. Debate is an exchange of ideas, and he does not exchange ideas. He argues with people and argues with people and argues and shuts them down and shuts them down. And they were bringing receipts in one of these debates, like real receipts, and he just dismissed them because he was very clear. Look, he's getting paid. He has a job. He gets paid to do what he does. He does. He makes money off of this. Y'all ain't thinking, some of y'all ain't thinking, but the people of color that are supporting this. There's a black lady online that was like so upset. And I was like, darling, if you were the person assassinated, he would use that to his advantage. He would not care that you were killed, not care. And there's all these other people that have been like just murdered, and it's obvious, like there's evidence supporting that they were murdered because of their beliefs and their feelings, and no one's saying anything about them. But this particular person, I just take deep breaths. Deep breaths. In